Hello and welcome to my channel, My Garden, My Passion. Today I would like to talk about the Kaempferia elegans. Kaempferia elegans belongs to the Gingiberaceae family. That is the same family that our common edible ginger belongs to. This pretty plant has some common names and people refer this plant mostly with the common names rather than the Kaempferia elegans. So the most common name is the peacock ginger or the green rippled peacock ginger. Look at the beautiful leaves with rippled markings and patterns on the leaves, and that's why it is called as the peacock ginger. And as you say, no, the roots or the rhizomes are like the common edible ginger. And the other common name is resurrection lily. As we all know, the word resurrection refers to coming back to life. You might wonder why it is called as coming back to life, but it is because this plant goes into dormancy during winter and it will come back to life suddenly in spring once it gets the right warm conditions as well as the water or rainfall, whatever it is. Then the plant just springs up to life magically, and that's why it is called as the resurrection lily too. Now let us know more about this plant, its placement and other care conditions. Whenever you bring home a new plant, it is wise to know the origin of that plant or where it comes from, because that will give you a clue to how you have to take care of the plant or where you have to place the plant. So this Kaempferia comes from the tropical forests of Southeast Asia and they grow on the forest floors. So the conditions that I am providing are that it is in the shady place, it's under a huge chiku tree, so there's lots of shade with little bit of filtered sunlight, and there's also a lot of humidity because it is kept among the other plants. So this way my plants are doing very well, and the placement is very important. Never ever keep them in the sun. This plant has the double advantage in that it not only has these beautiful peacock feather like leaves, but it also produces these pretty flowers. The mauve or light purple color flowers emerge from the center of the whole of the leaves. So you can see these pretty flowers. They will emerge in the morning and last only for a day. But the compensation is that every day a new flower will come up. You can see the faded flower of yesterday, and today we have this flower, and by evening even this flower will go away. But you can be sure that as long as this plant is flourishing till the beginning of winter, it will continuously produce these pretty flowers which are very much like the flowers of the impatience. Just see how it has come from the center of the whole. We don't even see the bud for tomorrow, but by tomorrow there is a new flower. Regarding the potting soil, as with most plants, you will require a potting soil that is well draining, but also make sure that this plant will get a lot of organic matter because that is where it grows on the forest floors in the leaf litter. So add a lot of leaf compost, and my potting soil is normally sand, soil and compost in the proportion of one third, one third, one third. For this plant, you can add a little more of organic matter like the leaf compost. As with all my plants, I water these plants too on alternate days only. As I have often said, people kill plants by overwatering, and also make sure that you don't water the rhizomes or the bulbs or ginger roots that are there below the ground during dormancy, because they may rot. Once in a way, they can be given water, or you can just keep them that way and they will still sprout when you give them water in spring. This plant has a unique character, that it is its dormancy. The plant will go into dormancy during winter time. So newbies to this plant who have brought it from the nursery and enjoyed its beauty for a few months will wonder what happened to the plant sometime in October. But you need not fret, because this plant is going into dormancy. The tubers will take rest during winter and the leaves will dry up completely. But again, during springtime, they get a little water, or for me, after the summer showers, they just sprout back to life and produce these beautiful leaves which will unfurl one by one, and then the beautiful flowers will emerge. Now, how do we take care of this plant during dormancy? Once the leaves dry up sometime in October, you can mark your pots and shift them to a place which is a little dry. That means you do not water the plants on a regular basis as you were doing during the growing season, but do water them once in a way and just leave them there. It's better to mark the pots and keep, so that you don't get confused as to why these pots are empty. And then once spring starts, they will spring back to life and produce these flowers. In South India, we don't have much variation in temperatures. Winter temperatures hardly go below 15 degrees centigrade, and all that we have to do is just keep the pots a little away, and when they receive water during spring or maybe the first summer showers, they will come up. In places like in North India where temperatures go low, you should make sure to shift them to a warm place and a dry place, and then you too can follow the same rule of bringing them back to the normal garden space for display of the plants in spring. They will bloom and give you flowers till the beginning of next winter. As mentioned earlier, these plants grow from their ginger like rhizomes or ginger roots like, and if you multiply, you can just break parts of those roots, and put them in the ground, and you can get new plants. While they go into dormancy, you can pull them out, break them into pieces and pot them separately, so that you can have many more plants. So we just came to know how to take care of this plant. And before I end my video, I would like to sum up what I have told you now. These are the take home points. You remember these, and then you can grow your plant or have the same rhizome growing repeatedly for years and years to come. That's how mine is there from the past 4 to 5 years. So first thing is, do not keep it in direct sunlight. Second one is, use a well draining potting soil. Third one is, water judiciously. Fourth point is, don't water it during dormancy period, because the rhizomes are in resting stage and they will rot. So if you follow all these conditions, and if you want to propagate, you can just break the rhizomes before they spring up during spring, and have new plants too. So hope you like this video, and if you like my video, please log on to my channel, do subscribe, and happy gardening.